Hey everyone, I'm Tashantan. In this video, we are going to discuss the biggest question we all have right after our A-level and O-level exams. What's next? So, whether you have done your O-level exams or A-level exams or you are still figuring out your future options, I think in this video, we'll be breaking down all your next moves in ways that make sense in Sri Lanka. In this video, I'm going to discuss 4 different main options you can do after your school or after your exams. In each and every topic, I'm going to discuss the positives and also the negatives and also my perspective. And in the end, I'm going to give you the final summary and my take on this all 4. Let's get started. Let's have some real talk about life after school. From this video, I'm starting my new series, Your Next Move. In this series, I just want to break down every single problem a teenager faces when they are getting into this industry, and also once they get into this industry, there are a lot of more problems to face. So we all going to discuss about it in this series. So I'm starting out with this video. So if you think that this is going to help you out in your life, do subscribe this channel and also do subscribe to my newsletter. I have given the link in the description. Let's get started. Let's have some real talk about life after school. First up, jumping into a job or workforce right after your exams. Yes, this can be a great choice if you are interested in earning and if you are interested in helping your family financially. So if you are skilled in tech, marketing or finance, you can try out internships. There are a lot of internships out there in Sri Lanka. Not a lot, but there are more competition actually right now at the moment. But if you are really good skilled person, definitely you can get into an internship. But the problem is if you are outstation person, if you are out of the Colombo, then it's hard for you to find a job out of the Colombo because most of the businesses are based on Colombo. So you have to shift to Colombo for an internship. You can try online internships, but in Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan based companies are now at the moment not much offering remote jobs when it comes to the internships. Okay, apart from this tech, marketing, finance job roles, there are a lot more entry-level jobs like call center and office support roles, and even you can work in retail shops. Is this the right move for you? Well, there are positives and negatives, and I'll share my point of view also. Okay, let's start off from positives. Number 1, by getting into a job, you can start earning your own money. Yes. And number 2 is you can start gaining experiences. So when I compare these two, I think the second one is very, very important. When you increase your experience level, that's going to help you a lot in your future, main career. Anyways, yeah. So in this age period, in this time period, the job you enter is definitely not going to be your permanent career. I'm sure because I have the experience. So in this period, you have the option to try everything. For example, if you're joining a company as an office assistant, okay, let's take if you're joining as an office assistant. So when you join as office assistant, you don't always have to do your own job and keep yourself limited. You can try more different things like sales, marketing, even finance side. So by doing it, you'll be knowing it. That's the main plus point of getting into a job right after your exams or in your teenage. Now let's talk about the negatives. Number 1, the entry-level jobs is definitely going to offer you a low salary. That's the reality. And also number 2, finding entry-level jobs in out of Colombo is really hard. So it's always you have to move to Colombo or the main cities like Kandy or Jaffna to get into even an internship. Okay, so when it comes to the moving out of your hometown, I have already made a video about this. You can check it out in my channel. And when you are moving out of your hometown, there are a lot of struggles financially, emotionally, and also career wise. There are a lot of struggles. Number 3 is very, very important, not able to manage the studies and work and keep a balance in the life. So this I see with a lot of people who come out of their hometown and working here in Colombo. So I think these 3 are the main negatives. So here, what's my take? What's my advice? Of course, taking risk in your teenage is really good. It will be helpful for your career and also for your personality. And on another side, Don't take risk without knowing what is the risk. Of course, taking the risk is good, but know the risk. To know the risk, you have to talk with your family and the experienced people and the people who are really out there in the industry. This job and this small amount of the salary right after your exam is not going to be your permanent financial solution. Keep that in your mind. So always focus on gaining experiences. I always appreciate if you are joining and get into a job right after your exams. It's really good, but don't be money minded. Keep focusing on building your experience, growing your experience, and never stop learning. And trust me, when you start improving your knowledge and your skills, automatically your salary also will be improving. That's the reality. Next up, let's talk about continuing your studies. Of course, not everyone wants to get into a job. Some people really want to get into universities and get into vocational training programs and keep improving their self and then get into an industry. That's really good. But there are different options even when it comes to choosing your studies. Because earlier it was like just get to a government university and then get graduated and get to a job. So that's what the only pathway I think 10 years before, right? But now there are a lot of pathways. Let's break it down. Number 1, university pathway. As a Sri Lankan, we should be proud. Still, we have really good government universities. Yes, University of Maratua, University of Colombo, University of Peradeniya, University of Jaffna. There are a lot more good universities. But where actually the students are struggling is choosing the right pathway, right course. In this series, I'll try to bring a university expert and guide you all to get into a university. So let's talk about it in another video. Next pathway is vocational courses. What is vocational courses? Yes, the part-time courses, diploma programs, or even online courses. There are a lot of online courses and there are a lot of diploma programs. In Sri Lanka, actually now the vocational courses is booming, I would say, right? Even the main universities like even the government universities offering, there are a lot of vocational courses for the students right after the exam. So you can try it out that. So let's talk the positives and negatives and my point of view in this. Number 1, positives. So when it comes to the universities, the first number 1 positive thing is you'll be able to make some really good connection with the like-minded people. End of your university program or even the vocational program, you will be having a certificate, you will be having a validation that you have studied this. So when you are getting into a job or else when you're getting into this industry, it's easy for you to pitch the business as you can do this and that. So what are the negatives? So in Sri Lanka, if you want to get into a good university, a good ranked university, you should really score well in the public exams. Of course, it's hard. It's not easy as you think. Of course, you have to put in so much of hard work to get into a university. And number 2 is private degrees and these vocational training programs. Those are really expensive. Yes, of course, still there are a lot of lower middle class people and even middle class people are not able to afford for private universities in Sri Lanka. Actually, those were Sri Lankan private universities, but we were not able to afford for it because the price ranges are very high. But anyways, here my advice would be, don't go for a university just because of the name of that university or the brand of the university. Never go for a university like that. Choose your course, choose your pathway. So when you get into a university, keep this one thing in your mind: you are not going for a school life again. You are going for a platform that's going to help you in building your career, right? So first you have to choose your career and then choose a university. Don't go to university and choose a career. That's very risky, I'm guaranteeing you. Okay. And one more thing, don't be in a mindset like only if you get into a university, only you can learn this and that. No, not actually. Even before you get into the universities, you can try out different things and then decide which university to go or else which program you to follow. Okay. And finally, my take on the private degrees versus government degrees. I think this is a very common topic that's going out there in the outstation of Colombo, not in the Colombo, but outstation of Colombo. Here, my take will be, in my point of view, private degree and the government degree, I look at it in one single perspective. That is, university is the place to build our career. Of course, it's a good place to build our career, but to get into a university, don't be a person just because of the brand name or else the university fame. Don't be a person choosing the university just because of those kind of things. Okay, so choose the program. Okay, choose the program and go through the program modules and check whether if it suits to your skill sets, if you check whether it suits to your interest. Okay, now if you're a person who likes to learning at your own pace, I think building your own skill is the right choice for you. Okay, how to do that? Let's look at it. The first step here is choosing the right thing. I think it's the hard part. So to choose the right skill which excites you, you have to do everything and you have to try everything. Okay, once you try only you will figure out which is right for you, which is excites you. For instance, there are skills that has high demand in Sri Lanka: English fluency, tech and programming and graphic designing, video editing, content creation, and these kind of things still have a high demand. So you can choose one of these, or else even you can build a new thing, or you can bring up new thing from anywhere of the world. Okay, that's fine. Now let's look at the positives and negatives. Positives: number one, I think this option is really great if you want to stay close with your family and do things remotely, or else if you want to be a nomad person, this is really good. And number two, I think you will figure out everything by yourself. So that's going to be really good learnings for you. It will be registered in your mind more than reading a book, more than reading a theory. Okay, so by doing it, you will be easily learning, you will be learning very strong. Negatives: I think the negative I see here is, number one, without a mentor, there is a big chance for you to lose your direction. Of course, because there are a lot of distractions out there in the internet, there are a lot of confusions, because some people say like without a degree you can't get into a job, and some people say without a degree you can get into a job. So there are a lot of confusions, and you can't make money without a degree, and some people say without experience you can't make money. So these kind of things may confuse you. Number two, here in Sri Lanka, I think all the companies, not all the companies, but most of the companies expects a validation, a certification on the skill you have, because there are a lot of competitions. Of course, because I think each and every year, I think thousands of graduates, even I don't know the count exactly, but I think thousands of graduates graduating in Sri Lanka, especially just only in this tech programming side. Okay, just only in the digital marketing side, okay. Now what's my take on this, what's my advice on this? Of course, doing and building your skill by own is really good, and you are unique, mind it, you are very unique. So you are going to showcase and convince the people with your skills, definitely not with your qualification. It's really good, but the only thing is keep your track in one way. So, and also I would recommend you to have at least one mentor, like a one-to-one personal coach. It's fine. Even I'm offering one-to-one full stack mastery training program. It's going to be one-to-one training. So if you are interested to learn full stack programming, backend, front-end things, so I'll be sharing the link in the description. You can click and join, no worries. And also I'm offering a digital marketing one-to-one consultation program. So I'll be helping you to build your digital marketing brand, or else your digital marketing freelancing thing from the scratch to, I mean, 0 to 1. Okay, choosing a mentor, that is going to be the toughest part for you. You choose the right mentor, whichever the mentor excites you. Trust me, when you start doing everything by yourself, you'll be figuring out a lot of things. I think this is my take on this. And finally, for those who are more independent streak, I think starting your business or starting your freelancing is the best option. So how to do it? There are a lot of ways. You can start doing programming. You can start offer the services like programming and graphic designing, video editing, and also content creation. Or even you can start selling products online, like the traditional clothing, or else even the homemade items. These kind of things you can start selling online and make money. And I'm going to discuss the positive and the negatives on this. Number one, positives. You are the boss. You can work anytime. You can set your own hours. Okay, and number two, you can build really good connection. I think when you start doing a business only, you will be really having some good connection, I'm guaranteeing you, because you will be meeting different kind of personalities who can have a potential to be your client. Okay, so handling them and tackling them is going to be a very tough part, so that's going to give you a really good experience. And let's talk about the negatives. I think building a business is not always fun. There is a fun, but not always fun. There are some risks. Even when it comes to the financial side, you should at least have a minimum amount of investment. I think investment means not just the money investment, knowledge also considered as an investment. So at least you should have one investment. And trusting people is going to be a very tough part, like choosing your co-founder and at least, or choosing your employees. I mean, interviewing and everything is going to be a tough part. And one more thing, building a steady income in business is really hard. So you should put a lot amount of hard work to build a steady income, because we can make a human to trust a human easily, but it's hard to make a human to trust a business. You should focus on the branding, marketing, everything. So here, what my take is, if you are starting a business right after your school life, start offering your services to your family and the friends and the close circle you have, and get the feedback and build your business. And don't pretend like a millionaire and don't be like I'll be always doing big things. Don't be like that. Do focus on small things. Even if you have a very small operation, like very 5 rupees, 10 rupees selling, it's okay, but keep track on your cash flow. That's going to help you to build a right business and a long-term steady business. Okay, how you can choose what works best for you. Number 1, do a self-assessment. Of course, first, analyze yourself. Get a notebook. Okay, get a notebook and write down whatever the skill you have, whatever the problems you have, whatever the struggles you have, what's your current financial stage. Do write it out and then decide. And number 2, get a career guidance. Don't think that, don't be in a mindset like I know everything, I can do by my own self. It's good, that confidence is good, but anyways, take advice from the right people. Don't ever take advice from the people who haven't tried. And number 3, financial planning. Yes, planning your finances is very must. So if you're going to do even a business or even a job, or else even if you're going to start your university studies, whichever the thing you want to do, plan your finance and keep managing your income streams and go forward. So whether you are working or studying or still figuring out what to do, you don't always have to figure out everything and start. Don't wait for that. Just learn by doing it. Just start it, and always keep a mindset to learn and learn from others, and also learn from the experiences. Believe in your future, and if you are still unsure about what to do, I think I'm here to help you. Let's figure it out together. So what you have to do is do comment your questions in the comment box, and also I'll give my personal link tree in the description. You can reach out to me through any social medias, Instagram, LinkedIn, or even Facebook. It's fine, whichever you are comfortable. Reach out to me. Let's discuss and let's get into the future. And I'm so happy to bring this series to you. So keep watching and keep supporting. Thank you so much. Let's see in another video. Bye.